Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and we've got a couple things to go over here. I messed around a pretty good bit with the park. Didn't get a whole lot done, but I've definitely been in a pretty decent amount, kind of flying around, kind of working some things out. One thing I got to show you first is Beyond Drew actually put a little security gate, like a little security checkpoint on the workshop yesterday afternoon. So I told him, I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely need that. I'm grabbing that up. So yeah, he did an awesome job on this little building. So now, unfortunately, you cannot just get into the backstage of the zoo all willy-nilly here, and I've actually moved up. Actually, there was a few people, a couple of my buddies on Bro Nation Discord. We were talking about what to do as far as the buses go and like the entrance here. And remember, this crosswalk, actually, it was up here going across right here. So it was all kind of a little too bottlenecked, because we were talking about when the buses come through to stop, like the buses are coming through to kind of stop and be checked in, or even like semis or big delivery trucks, they would all be stopped right here and sticking out over this crosswalk. So what I did was I moved the little security gate back, like right up to the edge of the fence line in the backstage border, and just pulled the crosswalk up here to this little section. So now, for the most part, and this, like we said, this zoo, you're not going to have it's not going to be like Disney World where there's, who knows how many hundreds of buses, coming through per hour. But, with school trips and charter buses, all of that stuff, I don't think it would be too big of a problem as far as people coming through and getting blocked. But one of them on there, I don't remember if it was Zeke or which one it was, but come up with a really good point. You know what I haven't thought of at all? Bus parking. So these buses, got Hot Dog's bus here. They bring in these schools, they bring in these little old people, drop them off, go in there to have a fun day in the zoo. And where do they go while they wait? We wouldn't just have them come back here and sit backstage, or come out here and take up a bunch of regular, just like regular car spots. The exit area here, there's not a lot of room right here for the exit area of the handicap accessible, exit. So I was thinking we need to come up with some kind of bus parking area. I was even thinking maybe right around in here, we'd have the fence up. We already have the fence. See how I've got the fence that kind of makes its way all the way from there and kind of dead ends right here. We would bring the fence over, essentially, on the other, the fence would continue on this sidewalk and then down through here, because obviously you wouldn't want people just out of the regular parking lot just walking into the bus lot. So the buses could be parked right here. That could be like the whole bus lot. But the only other question is, how do we let them access the bus lot after they've dropped people off? After they've dropped their clients off. So you figure could it be acceptable to let the buses go through the checkpoint and actually come in through backstage? Because remember, at this point, it's just going to be the driver. Nothing too nefarious. There's cameras and stuff on them. The driver would access the backstage area, maybe even up through here, with an offshoot that takes them from here over to the big bus parking lot. And they would wait. And then when it's time to leave, they would pull out, come back through, and then stop here and pick up the group. Another suggestion we were kind of talking about, could the buses come through and never even access backstage? They actually come through right here, drop the guests off right here at the main entrance, pull the roundabout, and then come through electric parking right here and pull up into the lot. But the only thing about that option is the regular guests would kind of always have access to the bus parking lot unless you put up another security gate. So I'm not really too keen on that one. I'm more keen on once they're, once the people are dropped off, obviously they've checked in with security, then they make their way through the back lot quickly, up through this access road, and then over here into the private bus lot. And I think that is kind of how I'm wanting to go with that. So, enough bus talk. Let me show you what I also did over here. I know you guys are probably you're probably rolling your eyes like, oh my God, another implied enclosure. But I just thought this area fit perfect for a little aviary here. Don't you think that's cool? Like you just imagine, like once they give us birds and stuff, hopefully if they give us birds, you could come up on this little like hillside. And remember this, you would come across the creek here. So actually even coming across, like walking, see, you can kind of see it back there, kind of hid by the trees. You're like, oh, what's going on over there? Come across this bridge, and here's like the little, like, I figured like I wanted to do the aviary like up on a little perch up here. So see, it's kind of like up a little higher with the trees. And then of course you've got the little branches and stuff that the little birds could fly around in, or the larger birds, I figured also too, because my little German guy that's been helping me with some of the zookeeping, probably gonna lose his mind about where the keepers would access this. So I do have a little pathway here that kind of would come around to the back, and I might make a little stairway here with a gate. But I was thinking too that this could be like, if you're thinking like larger birds, like maybe bald eagles or vultures, anything like that, I was thinking maybe this could be just a temporary housing, like a temporary aviary, just to get them out of where they're normally housed at, give them some stimulation, let them come out here and actually see some people, and just kind of switch up their environment a little bit by bringing them out here. So it's not necessarily, they wouldn't be doing shows with them. Of course, I could see that like a keeper inside the aviary here, like maybe with a microphone attached, actually talking to guests and stuff, like maybe at 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, something like that. But yeah, that is like the newest little offshoot. I was telling some people too on Discord that originally, remember, I was thinking about doing the tigers right here, but just really looking at it and coming across the bridge, the angle didn't feel right. I think the tigers, like wherever we're going to do the tigers at, I think it just needs a little bit more of like a presence. I need a little more something than just rounding this corner real quick and then bam, here's the tigers. Even though, like I mentioned in the last video, the tigers are fairly close to the entrance in Zoo Knoxville. With our very, very loose interpretation here, I just don't think it works out for our little Pine Creek. So we will figure something else out kind of for the tiger area. So, I don't know, we'll just continue to work on it. We'll focus on some new ideas and just kind of see what we can come up with. If you're new, in episode 4, we introduced you to Fender's Farm and the Clayton family playground. So here's our little hogs over here. And then we've got the doll sheep back here, kind of running around. And like I said, you probably wouldn't want to actually send your little kids in there with them. But nonetheless, this is our implied little, we'll say these are calm little like farm sheep. And you could go in there and, let the kids pet them and, absolutely terrorize them, like I'm sure that happens in most little petting zoos area. Brought in Suicide's little playground. She did an awesome job on that. I've got my little my little sandbox here that the kids can play around with, and that is really kind of what I've been messing with. This is another little large rough section of the creek we kind of came up with here, but I think the next thing is probably go ahead and start expanding the creek just a little more, and probably start thinking about we need to think about some kind of restaurant up here probably. I don't know if we'll do table service or quick service, whatever, but it's probably time as far as back there goes to probably get some kind of restaurant going. And then of course we've left ourselves wide open here, maybe for some kind of exhibits out this way. Like I said, the the big ticket items, I think we're warming up to those. I think we're almost ready to kind of start maybe planning out some of the bigger ticket items, like maybe we could do a rhino exhibit, kind of work people up to the giraffes and the elephants. You know, we want to have all that stuff here, but I'm just kind of taking this zoo a little more slow, a little more methodical, and not that's what I told Mike Sheets. You know, Mike always asks you, what is the purpose of this zoo? Like, what is your purpose? What story are you trying to tell? And I like I said, if what I was mentioning to him, realism, thoughtfulness, preservation, conservation, education, that is more, leaving the more fantasy type roots that I'm used to, and really just trying to delve into some realism here. And like I said, I know I've told you guys 1,000 times, but I am just having a blast with this zoo and coming up with these ideas and just kind of surprising you guys with not knowing what's happening next or what I want to try next. I know you guys probably thought the red panda bear exhibit here was probably way out of left field, but it was just one of those things. I was looking around at Zoo Knoxville pictures and I was just like, that's what we need to do next. So that's kind of what we started up with. I mean, who would have thought we would have started the zoo with a beaver exhibit? We don't even have beavers. So yeah, if you're also new, if you're wondering why you don't see little beavers swimming around in there any of these 5 episodes, we do not have American beavers. Beavers. We have little American Justin Bieber, little Canadian Justin Biebers. But so, you know, it's just, we'll just kind of keep moseying on with it. Oh, I know one thing you guys were telling me about you wanted to see. Everybody wanted to see what Pine Creek looked like in the snow. So before we jump on out of here, let's get some snow going, and we'll just take a look and let you see. I've already kind of been milling around a little bit. I like the rain, too. Yeah, here we go. All right. I think it looks pretty incredible. I've always been a big fan of the snow in Planet Zoo. And, yeah, we are getting a little bit of a walloping here. Let's see what the creek looks like. Hope I'm not losing too many frames here. I'm hoping this is still pretty smooth on you guys. Yeah, that I think is pretty cool. Isn't this awesome? Like, too, if you haven't kept up with Planet Zoo very much, look how this tree is kind of blocking the snow from completely covering the ground. And over here as well with your roof here to the exit to the gift shop. Look at that. That is some incredible programming right there. Really, really cool how that came out. Our little red pandas over here. Somebody was telling me they wouldn't mind the snow too bad, being hints from the Himalayas. So they probably wouldn't mind that too bad. They kind of enjoy it. What about over here at our farm? The little piggies went inside. Well, a couple of them did, I think. One of them did. Sheep, they don't, or Dal sheep, they don't care. Oh, let's see if did it stop our glass stopped the snow from getting down onto our little birdies, our imaginary birdies. You know, that would, like, if you were open all year like this, and you did have snows, that'd be another part of your budget you'd have to worry about. Scraping your parking lot and salt for the sidewalks. I don't know, maybe on a day like this, you would probably, I would think maybe you'd close. I don't know. Maybe that would just be something you'd want to consider. I don't know how high attendance would be with kind of all this kind of blizzard going on. But nonetheless, the park is really, really pretty here in the snow. Let's see what it looks like in the rain real quick, and then I'll jump out of here. I know I've kept you guys here a while. Let's see. Let's just let it rain. There we go. Love the rain in this game. Look how dark everything is. Whoops. Creek was rolling right then, wasn't it? Love this little section of creek. Look how the sun's like barely trying to creep through, but it's still raining pretty heavy. Farm is soaked. Little red pandas, they're soaked. Whoops. Got a couple boxed up over here. This, I think, is... I just love watching the weather in this game. Can you imagine, like, once we get our hands on, like, Planet Coaster 2, like, seeing your rides and the coasters and stuff in the rain? That is going to be intense. But yeah, guys, I think that is all I have going on now. Oh, I got to give a big shout out to Inspector Ryan. Gained another Patreon yesterday. He sent me a message, so he is a big shout out to Inspector Ryan. I'll get your name on the end screen, probably in the next video or coming up real soon this week. So big shout out to him for throwing a buck our way. That really helps. And I think that is it. Got to give another big thank you to Beyond Drew. That nerd bringing in his security post here for us. Really, really awesome job on that. Got to give a shout out to the crew working through the rain. Got this little vet here. Does not know what an umbrella is, but he seems like he's pretty content. But anyways, guys, yeah, that is kind of what I have going on. I don't know kind of what direction we'll take next or kind of what I need to focus on. I really kind of want to get that... Really want to get the bus stuff behind us, get a bus parking lot out here, kind of get that taken care of, move on to some more animals, not another implied animal, but actually get some animals in. And but yeah, like always, just let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Thanks for all your support on this. See ya.